Morning, everyone. How are you? Just waiting for a couple more to come in. All right. We're almost there. Okay, obviously got Matt Parkinson this morning after yesterday's win. Jeremy from Sky, did you want to kick us off? And then I'll put myself on mute.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Matt.
Hi, mate. You okay?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. How significant do you think yesterday's win was? There were 11 overs of spin, the most ever by England in a T20. There were 5 wickets and there was a 10-over block of spin in the middle of the innings. Is this the shape of things to come, do you think, for the World Cup?
From my point of view, I hope so. Yeah. I think I'm used to playing with spinners at Lancs. It's a philosophy that we use. We use there. We bowl spin in the middle, and to do that for England yesterday was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, talk about the performance, the 5 wickets. How much of a stranglehold do you think you had on the Pakistani batsman?
Yeah, massive. To bowl from the other end of probably the best spinner in the world in Rash, and then to have Mo as well. It's just fantastic, and there was pressure on it at both ends really. So to bowl with those guys is great.
And it sets it up for a great decider at Old Trafford. It's the last T20 before the World Cup squad. How confident are you, Matt, about being in the World Cup squad?
I don't know. It's a tough question to answer, really. I like to think that I've pushed my case the past couple of games. But again, there's some fantastic players not here, and I think the only thing I can sort of focus on is doing well on Tuesday, and then the 100 for Manchester.
Do you think you're bowling well enough, though? You took 5 wickets in the ODIs, and that ball to get Imam was called the biggest turning ball in the history of ODI cricket. I mean, what are your thoughts about that wonder ball?
Yeah, it was nice. I think that's probably it, really. Any wicket for England's fantastic. And I've been lucky enough the past week to go okay. I think if you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago if I'd have played 5 internationals for England this summer and taken some wickets, I'd have probably laughed at you. So to have performed the way I performed is great, and I'm just going to try and use this momentum now and take it forward.
Sure, just a couple more. Saqib, 3 more wickets yesterday. He's going to be in the Test squad, isn't he, next month?
I don't know about that, but he's definitely done himself no harm. He's a fantastic bowler. I've seen him perform for the past 3 or 4 years now for Lancashire, and it's fantastic that he's made the step up to England and performed. We've had very similar careers. We've made our debuts together for Lancs, England debuts together, and we've both luckily come back into this squad together as well. So yeah, it's a nice story.
Just finally on Liam Livingstone, he's brought some X factor into the team, and the 6 yesterday was one of the biggest ever seen, at Headingley or anywhere else. I mean, have you ever seen a bigger 6 than that?
Well, he claims he's hit 2 bigger. That was his chat last night. He has hit me for a couple of similar ones in training, but it's the biggest I've seen in a game. Someone hasn't actually believed that it'd gone out the ground. But yeah, absolutely massive. And he's been fantastic. Again, similar to Saki, it's nice to see a lad that I'm close with sort of translate his form for Lancashire into the international stage. And the 3 of us with Joss, it's been nice this week.
Thanks, Matt. Well done. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Jeremy. Jack, we'll get you to ask the next question, and we'll go to you after that.
Thanks, Matt. That was the first time you and Ado have played in the same England team together, and a lot was made about how slow you bowl, and obviously Rash has got his googly, and he sort of fizzes it through a bit more. Do you think your different styles complement each other, and would you really love to, just keep playing together as 2 leg spinners in both white ball formats going forward?
Yeah, I would. Obviously, we are quite different. A lot gets highlighted about how slowly I bowl, but yeah, obviously he bowls faster than me. He probably uses his googly more than me as well. So I think we are different, and I think that's why yesterday worked so well. That from each end, it was different, and they couldn't just line up one of us. Moving forward, yeah, I would love to play with Rash. I don't think it's always feasible, but as I said before, I'd like to think that the performances I've put in this week only aid me going forward.
Do you think that the combination of you two contributed to some of the Pakistan batsmen mistiming the ball? There seemed to be a lot of leading edges and sort of swinging through the line a bit too early against some of your bowling, whether it be you or Adil.
Yeah, I think probably the best thing about yesterday was just the pressure that we had on them. All three spinners didn't really bowl a bad ball, and I think it was 11 overs, 5 for 80 odd, and that only got ruined at the end by some slogging. So yeah, to bowl with those two spinners is fantastic. They're high class. They don't really miss as well. So to have that at bowling from the other end is great, and it probably pushes me on as well to think, oh, Rash has bowled a great over. I need to bowl well here as well. So no, it was good.
Great, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Go for it, Will.
Hi, Matt. Just wanted to ask about the idea of two English leg spinners playing together. When you were growing up, and you sort of starting out as a leggy, that's kind of unthinkable, isn't it? It's just not something that happens, England playing two leg spinners.
No, it's not. There isn't many teams that do, to be fair. I think when I was growing up, I caught the very back end of Warne and then a little bit of McGill, but I don't think I ever saw them together. So yeah, it is a rare thing. As I said before, past week I've not really focused on sort of playing for England further down the line. I think that's why I've done okay, to try and stay in the present and try and just perform now, and hopefully I perform well enough for England to consider playing two leg spinners again. I know Rash is number one and he's an absolute gun bowler, but I like to take this week off and push my pace forward a bit.
And just on tomorrow's game, it's obviously at Old Trafford, your home ground. You, Liam, and Saqib have all kind of been tearing it up for England this summer. It's the final game of the white ball summer in international cricket, and it's a decider. How much are you looking forward to playing for England on your home ground and all that comes with that? It must be, sort of a bit of a treat.
Parky, just while you go, you've just gone quiet there. It might be where you're holding onto the phone.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, to play there will be fantastic. It's been a dream of mine to play there for a long time. I'm lucky enough to play there week in, week out for Lancashire, but playing for England there will be massive.
Cheers, Will. Matt, did you want to go, and then Rory will go to you after that?
Nice one. Morning, Matt. Just wanted to take you back to sort of about a month ago when you were left out of the first T20 squad of the summer against Sri Lanka. Could you sort of talk us through your emotions around that time and whether you asked for any feedback or anything along those lines?
Obviously, I was gutted. I didn't ask for any feedback. I was sort of hoping it was to let me play a bit in the blast and not come and sort of carry drinks. That was how I tried to look at it. I think sometimes if you look at things too closely, you can get down very easily. And I think I probably used it as a sort of momentum really to perform for Lancashire. But it's funny how cricket works. I mean, as I said before, a month ago, I probably would never have thought I'd have played for England this summer. And to have played the past 2 weeks has been great. And I think the reason I've done well, as I said, is I've just tried to sort of use it as a bonus. I didn't really have this on my radar a month ago.
And in terms of sort of playing with Rash yesterday, obviously, as you say, always a lot of chat around speeds. As far as you're concerned, you always just take it on the chin and sort of embrace the fact you're quite a unique player, I suppose.
Yeah, I do. I think in the past I've probably thought about it too much. I think South Africa The last time we toured there in the white ball, there was a lot written about it, and I probably let that affect me. Was looking up at the board a lot, trying to see if I could push like 47 or something. But no, I've just sort of embraced it really. I think we had a chat last summer about it, and I said I'd like to be the only bowler that does it this way. It'd be pretty cool, not to have to conform to what other spinners do, to actually just be niche. And it might be difficult, and some grounds you're going to struggle. But I like to think that if there's a little bit there, then I can stick to that.
And just one last follow up, if I can. You mentioned sort of some grounds. I wanted to ask about Trent Bridge. Obviously, started well and then put you under the pump at the end. Do you learn anything from that, or do you just write it off as there were 2 set batters and a short boundary?
No, you can always take learnings when you don't do well. Trent Bridge is a tough place to bowl. You need wickets early, really, to sort of stem them at all, really. But no, that was a good learner, and I've probably used it yesterday, all those different conditions. Probably, I won't say I relaxed a bit, but I thought 2 overs for 11 here, I can probably try and search a bit for a wicket, and I got full, and that's when I got banged into the stand. So probably a lesson really in the standard really of international cricket, that you can't really let up or search for a wicket. You have to really sort of be focused each ball, and luckily I did that yesterday.
Thanks,
Hi,
mate.
Parky.
Hi, mate. You okay?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, just a bit about the winter, really. We know you spent a phenomenal period of time away. I think you were the only person who was away as much as Chris Silverwood over the winter, and obviously you didn't play in that time. But I just wondered what that period of bowling and practicing and netting on spinning pitches did for you, and whether that just that extended period around the team helped you feel more part of the international setup and the England group.
Yeah, massively. Everything you said there, spot on, really. It was a tough 3 months not playing. Some dark moments in some rooms in hotels in India, but no, to have had the 3 months there working, bowling each day with Jeets and bowling to the likes of Rooty, Stokesy, Joss, and then when the white ball lads came out to them as well, was fantastic. And I don't think you appreciate it when you're there. I didn't think I'd got any better whilst I was out there. I just thought, oh, this is not a waste, but you get down very easily. The tour was long and stuff. You can get really, really down. But I realised when I got back home after about a month of how much I'd improved. And people were saying to me, oh, this looks different, this looks different. And I think it takes time for it to set in, and takes time for you to see, whereas other people can see straight away. So yeah, I'm very grateful that I went on that trip. Probably wasn't when I came back, but I am now. I think it gave me a bulk load of overs to go into the summer with. I wasn't sort of searching for anything this summer. I just managed to hit my straps really, and yeah, to have had the opportunity, it was fantastic.
Cheers. And Saqib dropped you in it the other day as well. He said that when you ripped that one hard through the gate the other day, you said in the huddle that that's another one for the highlights reel. It is a pretty decent highlights reel. I just wonder how much pride you take, when you go viral and when your wicket gets, one of those wickets that you take absolutely blows up on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, obviously there's pride there. I'm not happy with Saki. He's going to get over an earful. But no, it's great. I think in the moment you don't think they're as good at balls as they are. You just think, yes, wicket, like, come on. And then as you get off and you check your phone later, you start thinking, this is actually big now. I remember the Rossington one went mega. There's one more as well. But we won't go into that. But no,
check the highlights reel.
Yeah. No, it was massive, and I think it was nice for me to actually get a top order player out as well, like early when they were set, because I've not played a great deal of 50 over cricket as well, and it is a tough format. I find it more difficult than T20. And then obviously to go okay in the first 2 games was good, but then to actually remove a top order player when set gave me a lot of confidence.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Rory. Dino, and then Scott will finish off with you.
Yeah, morning, Parky. Well done.
Morning, mate.
I was going to ask about the winter as well, but I guess just following on from what you were saying there, can I ask what the reasons were that you got a bit down? Was it just the length of time out there, or was it the frustration at not being able to play? Because I think at times we heard that maybe you were quite close to selection out there, and obviously didn't get the nod. What was it that kind of frustrated you the most, really?
I think it was just a build up of everything, really. Obviously, you're very grateful to be on an England tour, and it was, as I've said now, it's done me wonders. But obviously, what you want to play, you want to be involved, and then to top that off, you're in a biosecure hotel for 3 months. So there were just little things, but I think it gets said a lot. But an absolutely fantastic group of lads to sort of tour with, and I think sort of as a group we managed to sort of stick together for the 3 months.
And just a final thought about this World T20 selection coming up. Do you now really see yourself as a not even an alternative, but a side by side with Adil rather than an understudy, considering where the tournament is taking place and the fact that it's likely to take to spin?
I wouldn't say side by side. I don't think just yet. I think I'm just trying to work as hard as I can to be involved in every England squad that I can be. If that's as an understudy, then great. I just want to play games for England and win games for England. So in whatever role that is, then that's great. If I was an understudy, I don't think there's many better role models to learn from than Rash as well. So if that's a role I'll have to do, then that's fine.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot.
Scott.
Hey Matt, I just want to ask you a couple on the 100, if I may. Obviously, you've started playing international cricket semi-regularly now. Do you see the 100 as the sort of next step up in terms of your development, getting to play alongside and against international cricketers? Yeah,
I think it's massive for everyone. It's our franchise tournament. It will propel players into the spotlight more than the Blast you'd hope. And yeah, it's probably the closest thing you're going to get to international cricket. So yeah, for me, it's massive, and to perform in that, as I said before, that's probably one of my main aims before the World Cup is to try and do well in the 100.
And there's obviously only one international T20 before that World Cup. So do you see the 100 and maybe the Blast's latter stages with Lancs as an opportunity to really put yourself in the shop window ahead of that World Cup?
Yeah, massively. I'm very fortunate that I've had the chances I've had this summer now. As I said before, a month ago, I wouldn't have thought this was going to happen. So to have been able to show Morgs and Spoons and Collie what I can do is great. And yeah, every chance I get to play now is a chance now for the World Cup.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We might leave it there then. We'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers.